let's say everybody in here does the title company thing. They take 2 to 3 days to do it, and they got some buyers, right? Now you want to go look at some deals, and let's say this is actually a strategy that is very important, I think, is they call this the neighborhood flipper technique. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before, but it's finding buyers in an area where they're actually doing deals, right? Because someone, let's say you have 5 buyers and they love buying, but there's a specific neighborhood and none of them are really that interested. What do you do then? Do you just give up? No. So I'm going to show you this technique right now. But really quick, does anyone have a property that they can throw down in the chat that I can show you guys how to find a buyer really quick? I can just pick a random address, but I just figure it might help one of you guys out.
All right, there you go. There's 1,
okay,
2.
All right, so let's say you need to find a buyer for this specific deal. It doesn't matter if you have Privy or batch leads, or most softwares can you can even do this on Zillow. I use batch leads and Privy, but let me show you guys how I would do this. So if you gave me this lead and you're like, hey, Nate, this person wants to sell for $300,000 and it's worth $500,000. What I do is, again, this is just the painless flipping technique. I just go down here so I would go here, and usually there's data that comes up here of like houses that have been flipped in the area. Maybe we might have to go out further out. Let's see. Let's go 2 miles. All save.
Oh, he's saying it's a mobile home.
Oh, it's a mobile home. Is that what's going on? Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why. All right. Yeah, this is probably doesn't come up with the data as quickly. Let's not do a mobile home if that's cool. Let's do a single family. I don't really do mobile that much. Let's try a different one.
All right, there's a single family address there. If you want to pick a different one, 822 North Stevens Street.
Let's do the one. Let's do this one. Columbia, Tennessee.
Yeah.
By the way, you could still do this with the mobile home, but it just might be a little bit more difficult. All right. So this one, 179. So you could scroll down, you could see comparables of homes that have been sold. So this is pretty cool, guys. Look at this. So Privy will tell you if there's a flip that happened, what they purchased the property for before they flipped it and what they sold it for. And that they bought it at 74% of ARV when they resold it. So you can go here and you can say, okay, apparently this was a flipper, as you can see. Who else would be better to buy the house that I have than the flipper that just flipped this house right next to it? So then what I do is I go to the MLS data, and you can call the real estate agent that represented the seller, which was the flipper. Let's see, list email office right here. They usually give the phone number. We can call the real estate agent and just say, hey, my name's Nathan. I noticed that you listed a flip for a flipper. I wanted to call and see if he's still looking for any more properties to buy. So you can do that. Now, if you don't want to call the agent, which I recommend calling the agent because they usually are able to get a hold of the buyer quicker, and there's that built-in relationship already, you can go to find the information of who bought the property, which is usually an LLC, and you can do the research at Open Corporates, or skip trace it. But I usually like to just reach out to the real estate agent, and I'm willing to pay the agent maybe, depending on the spread and the size of the deal, like $1,000 to $3,000 just for connecting me. Jerry Norton, he says he just says, hey, you're gonna get paid once you relist the property. But that seems to work for him. For me, I usually pay them a little bit of a commission, but you can get away with it if you pitch it and say, hey, just bring it to your buyer and you'll get paid eventually. Depends how you want to work it. But that's one of the strategies that I use. And it's pretty sweet because, again, you can already see that this is a flipper. And if you're not getting a lot of action, you can just reset the filters. You can make it go further out. Change what your criteria is. There's one other thing I wanted to share about this. So I'm just looking at this area. Doesn't seem like it's that big of a Mount Pleasant. I don't think it's like that big of a spot. So
absolutely.
So anyway, all I would say is like when you start doing smaller areas like this, it could be a little bit more difficult to find data, and that's why like this technique of the painless flipping technique I'm showing you guys, like it works really really well in like major metros because there's flips always going on. But if you try this and you try it out in how in Wald, or I don't even know how to say that name. I'm just picking a random area, but if you try it in a random area like this one, it might not work as good because there's just not a lot of flipping action there.